Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. It's Sunday, March 24th, 2024. Hope you are having a great day today, a productive weekend so far. I want to start out, as I always do, by thanking you for watching the videos. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. We are growing the community. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are subscribed, please check to make sure you haven't been unsubscribed. Please keep hitting that thumbs up button for me to wake up the algorithms and the bell notification so you guys get notified as we drop new content. You know, mostly every day. I'm aiming for time permitting. So again, thank you all very much. Appreciate the comments. I appreciate the interaction you guys are having with one another. That's what this is about. It is a community where we can share ideas. We are all learning every day and trying to wake each other up and those around us. Please share the videos, social media, plaster this stuff as far and wide as you can, please, so we keep waking people up. I'm not going to share any news articles per se with you today. I just want to come out and just talk with all of you for a few minutes. It's Sunday. Share with you a few thoughts that I had today, a few things I've been doing relative to my preparedness and my security. Let me start off by saying I got a comment from a guy from yesterday's video kind of calling me out about the fact I don't know what I'm talking about with the markets, and how I shouldn't be weighing in the financial space on YouTube. And talked about how he used Warren Buffett as an example of how people that are investors and not speculators understand the difference, and how they make great returns over time. And I don't really know what I'm talking about. Number one, I don't profess to be a market expert. In fact, I think I said yesterday I'm not a market guy. I don't keep up with it. I watch the ticker during the day to see if it's up or down, but I'm not following it. A lot of my friends do, and they're heavily invested in the market, in individual stocks and through their 401k plans. My response to this gentleman this morning was, why don't you tell the people that lost 50 to 70% of their stock portfolios and their 401ks during the 2010 crash, 9-10? Why don't you tell the people that lost 50 or 70% of their portfolios during the dot-com crash? I believe that they probably all felt that they were savvy investors and not speculators. But the reality is, when the markets peak, when the markets lose reality of baseline and what, let's say, real value is, and everything gets distorted, you have major corrections. Just look at history. It is what happens. And people get caught short-footed. They get greedy. They want to reach for yield. They pile into all the greatest stuff. And look, I have had friends in the dot-com bubble. I had a good friend of mine, still to this day, a great friend of mine. He was worth about $10 million. He lost $8 million in the dot-com crash because he believed the party was never going to end. And he couldn't have spent the interest he would have earned on that money every year. Instead, he barely made it out with a couple $1 million. Then he made a couple of bad real estate deals, and right now he's living on a fixed income. And he doesn't have nearly the quality of life that he would have had he just simply taken some chips off the table. I'm not giving financial advice, just sharing experience with a good friend of mine. This happened. A couple good friends of mine almost lost everything and went bankrupt in the last downturn cycle, 2009, 2010, and they're right back at it again. The party will continue. No lessons were learned. If your retirement account is in the market and it depends on the market going up for you to make money, all I'm saying is be careful. I don't know if anybody has a crystal ball to be able to time the top of this market, either the top or the bottom of this market. So hopefully you're hedging your bets. To the guy that called me out, look, I'm a lawyer. I'm a business and real estate lawyer. I don't profess to be a market expert. I'm not weighing in on that. I'm not anti-stock market. I believe there'll be a time, and I plan to do it, where I'm going to swoop into the market with cash on hand, dry powder, and buy up all this stuff for pennies on the dollar, and then have a portfolio growing. But look at most people from the last crash. It took 10 years, over 10 years, for them to get their principal back, for them to regain what they lost. Who cares if they were earning dividends throughout that period of time, if they lost 50 or 60 or 70 or 80% of their principal? Just saying, guys, that is what it is. Let's talk about the practice this week. I think I shared with you last week or two that I'm seeing an uptick in new business coming into my law practice. And I'm seeing a market increase in real estate disputes, but I want to focus on one thing, items that are coming in the door that I haven't seen for quite a while. And that is, this applies to all of us, insurance company disputes. Insurance companies where there is a measurable loss. I have a couple cases coming in where there was water intrusion, both in HOA type situations, one with broken pipes, one with an overflowing lake and a golf course in an HOA, both major damage cases, and the insurance companies are refusing to pay. So look, I hope none of you have that situation, but this is going to become, I believe, a bigger issue. These insurance companies are looking for reasons, number one, to pull out and not write coverage. They're looking for reasons to cancel your policy. They are looking for reasons not to pay off. You say, well, we pay premiums in good faith. If something happens, they should honor that and reciprocate with honoring these claims and paying out. Some of these disputes I have coming in, granted, are third-party claims. They're not the personal homeowners policies of my clients, but nonetheless, I'm seeing this crop up in my area. I will continue to report on it and let you know if it's a developing theme, but it's very unfortunate because then these people have to go retain a guy like me, a litigator, to threaten litigation, to potentially file a lawsuit and seek redress for something that simply should be paid. In these cases, without divulging confidence, the causation's clear. A plus B equals C, and the insurance companies sometimes just deny these claims and see if you will force the issue. So other than that, I have probably 5 or 6 new matters coming in this week. Real estate disputes, partnership disputes, business buyouts, and these insurance issues. So extremely busy at the office. I should be able to get videos up every day. I'm trying to plan the time accordingly. I have a little bit of a system down in the afternoon where I just shut the computer down, shut the files, and focus on doing, a 10 or 15 minute show for everybody. So anyway, that is the status of the practice this week. Extremely busy. Oh, last thing I did late in the day, Friday afternoon, after a mediator's proposal, where the judge, after that settlement conference, 8-hour conference on Thursday, we didn't settle the case. But the parties agreed to allow the judge to make what's called a mediator's proposal, where the judge sends out a double-blind proposal to the counsel and lays out a settlement parameter. And then within a certain period of time, each side has to respond and advise the judge if they accept the settlement or not. If both sides accept the settlement proposal from the judge, the deal's done. That's the settlement. If either side rejects the proposal, then it's not finished. In this case, thankfully, a real large business dispute case with members in basically a closely held limited liability company were able to settle a dispute. We had a trial date set on that here in a few weeks. That's now off calendar. We're going to memorialize the deal with the settlement agreement. There's going to be a buyout. The majority partners are going to be buying out the minority member in this case and taking full ownership of the company. So it was a great ending of Friday late in the day. So I want to update all of you on that. I want to shift gears because last Sunday I did a video from the range. And I talked about being prepared and training with your tools. That video did really, really well. I got a lot of views for whatever reason, which I really appreciate. But I wanted to talk about that theme again today and carry through the theme because the weekends I've been telling you I'm using to at least try to use a day or so of the weekends to go through preparedness, to shore up resources, whether it's food, buying more food, whether it's acquiring more prep supplies, whether it's working on security. You have to take it in steps, but all of these things are important that you check off these boxes, dot your I's, cross your T's. We've got to have this stuff in place. You will not be able to acquire it, whatever it is, after something major happens. So please give it thought, be organized, and start now if you haven't started. But I wanted to reach out to my good friend Aaron down in Texas. And by the way, go check out and support Aaron's channel, Texas Silver. I woke up this morning at 5:30 this morning, and on my YouTube feed was a video that Aaron had recorded, I think, late yesterday that popped up. I subscribed to his channel. He hasn't done a video for 5 or 6 months, and it was great to see him post something. Again, Aaron at Texas Silver. If you all recall, I was on Jeremiah's channel several months ago, and we did a trip down to Texas and spent 4 or 5 days with Aaron at his ranch, at his lake house. And we posted several videos during that trip with him. But Aaron's an awake guy. He's law enforcement in Texas. He understands security, on a macro level. He does practice what he preaches. In any event, about a year and a half ago, I started deep diving on night vision stuff and the ability to navigate and to use your tools under cover of darkness. And it's a rabbit hole that, for all of you that have gone down there, understand it, have all that gear, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of stuff to read. There's a lot of research to be done. And, I got kind of disheartened and disenchanted because I was getting a bunch of conflicting information, and it was on my radar for a while. The stuff, the good gear is super expensive to acquire. I understand it's not for everybody, but I was able to this morning after I saw Aaron's post. I texted him, hey, great job. Good to see you back up on YouTube. And he called me, and we ended up talking for about 45 minutes. And what came up was this idea of a night vision and be able to operate and gather reconnaissance and intel, and to be able to basically work in under cover of darkness. And whether it's using your weapon, whether it's just gathering information, whatever it is. Look, half of every day is basically under cover of darkness. So it does make a lot of sense to be prepared for that scenario, whether it's clearing your house at night with an intruder, whether it's getting in your neighborhood, getting information, seeing what's going on around you, whatever it might be. I know a lot of you guys that are into the hog hunts and such use use this gear, and so there's a lot. It's a very complex area. And so Aaron and I just started discussing this again. I told him, look, it's been on my mind. I've been revisiting all of the preps, and that frankly was kind of a hole that I hadn't yet addressed. So Aaron and I and he was gracious enough to spend some time with me today throughout the process of revisiting this, looking at some gear. And I have basically committed to an acquisition in that regard, and to get myself some nice equipment. So when that hits, when that lands, I will unbox it. I will do, a review. I've got to put all this stuff, get it all lined up, but I will do that, and I will share it with you. I think it's a very important component to possibly consider addressing if you have the resources to do it. Obviously, we're all coming from a different perspective relative to financial ability to acquire some of these things. Look, if it comes down to being able to have extra food in the pantry and just stocking up some food and some water and worrying about that, and that's what you can afford to do, then do it by all means. We all need to start there and continue building up through this process. So I will share this with you as I get it here in the coming days. If that interests any of you, let me know. We'll break it down in detail. I've got another trip planned, hopefully with JB as well, to go down and visit Aaron soon, back over in Texas, and continue to become more educated and more proficient. But if you think about it, being able to protect yourself, being able to address a situation or a threat when there's no light. Look, if a grid goes down and you cannot flip the light switch and turn on a light, you'll have flashlights. Flashlights are going to obviously give away any kind of position you have, tactically disadvantageous. I was watching a video today from 3 of 7 Project, Chad, who I do follow. He did a video about a year ago comparing night vision goggles with infrared, and and talking about the differences and when has each one has certain applications. That was a good video. I enjoyed that as well. He obviously comes from a strong military background, being a retired Navy SEAL. Look, Aaron is law enforcement now, and Aaron's had a chance to use this gear both in real life and practice in law enforcement, and also relative to the hunting he does down in the state of Texas. So excited about that. Again, we're always building. We are always trying to fortify our situation. With that being said, I will leave it there today. The situation in Russia continues to unfold and get tense. There were more, I believe, more missile attacks from Russia on Ukraine last night. And I heard even one of those missiles crossed over into Polish airspace for a period of time. Look, this is getting very, very tense. We're going to follow it closely. The stock market is a distraction. What the Fed's doing day to day is a distraction. So everyone keep their eye on the ball. Although today was my day off from working out, I did get up this morning when the family was still sleeping. It's a beautiful morning here. I took about a 75-minute walk. Doesn't need to be crazy intense workout. I just threw on the tennis shoes, pair of shorts, a tank top, and went out for about, like I said, a 75-minute brisk walk. Felt great. Nothing fancy, but I got something done today of activity. Please do that, folks. Every day, make the time to get some physical activity in, preferably some exercise that is going to make your heart healthier. But look, at any kind of movement, any kind of steps is better than nothing. Diet's important. I've been real good this weekend on sticking with just healthy eating, nothing crazy, not hitting the snacks. Hope all of you will do that as well. That's as important as the workouts. I'll leave it there. Let's see how things unfold this week. There's a lot going on. Most of it, unfortunately, is not encouraging, but we're going to be here updating you on what's happening. And with that being said, have a great rest of your evening. All of you, be productive tomorrow. Have a great start to your week. I should be able to post something tomorrow on Monday. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.